Although traditionally Excel is a number crunching tool, it has some great formulas for working with and manipulating text strings as well. So if we take our employees data file, you'll find that we can get introduced to the first two of those text string functions. Let's insert a column between C and D and look at the left function. So I'll head up the column left. Now, text functions work pretty much the same as mathematical functions. They start with an equals, then the name of the function, then an open brackets, and you can see the left function requires two parameters. Firstly, the field with the text in. Well, let's go for the first name. And then an optional number of characters. If you don't enter that optional value, so if I just put a closed bracket, then what it does is it extracts the first character from the left-hand side of our string. So I should get a W. And in fact, I do. I can replicate that formula down because that's all it is, a formula. And we get the first letter of everybody's first name. Now, alternatively, we can use that optional parameter by placing a comma and then a number of characters. So I could perhaps go for 3, and it will extract the first 3 characters. Replicating the formula, I then get Ma, Art, Mick, Gra, Ma, Jul, Tom, etc. So that's the left function. Equals left, open brackets, the cell that we want to manipulate the text within, comma, the number of characters. Without the number of characters, it will always go for a 1. We then have sort of its little friend, the right function. So let's insert a column, call it right. And this pretty much does the same as the left function, except it starts from the right-hand side of the cell. So equals right, open brackets. Let's pick on the same cell. And again, you'll see it takes the same parameters. The text string that we're interested in manipulating, comma, an optional number of characters. Without placing a value in those optional number of characters, you could probably guess that it will take the first character. So that's the first character from the right-hand side. And we end up with a Y. Replicating the formula down, we end up with the last letter of everybody's first name. Just like the left, we could make use of that optional parameter by placing a comma, and let's go for 4 this time. And then we get ND. Replicate the formula down, we end up with everybody's last 4 characters. Diff, Sam, Hard, ND. Noticing that when there are not even 4 characters to deal with, like Guy and Sam, you still get all of the characters. So there's no error. So it doesn't say, oh, I can't get the last 4 because there's only 3. It just gives you the last 3. So it's quite a safe little function to be used in that respect, in that you're not having to second guess that it might fall over if you try to ask for more characters than are available. Now, obviously, if your mind's ticking away, you can see that there are many uses for a left and a right function to extract values from other data strings. If we get back to the top, our telephone number, for example, if we wanted to extract, so let's insert another column, the actual main telephone number, it's the last 7 characters. Let's call it tell no equals right. From that cell there, comma 7. And then if we replicate, you find it's able to extract the last 7 characters. Now the 7 characters in question can include spaces. So you can see we have a space in the middle there, a space at the front of these here, but that's still one of the characters in the string. And in fact, that can cause us some trouble, as we'll see when we progress into further functions. But at the moment, we're just extracting the last 7 characters from the main telephone number to get the local telephone number. So that's left and right. Left takes characters from the left for as many characters as you ask it to, and right takes characters from the right for as many characters as you ask it to. Those characters can be letters, numbers, spaces, and even any punctuation marks that might appear within that text string.